Ladies and gentlemen in Radio Land, you have now just entered 4th Street. My name is Kobe.
I'm Charles, not Charlie.
I'm Charlie, not Charles.
Don't mix us up.
And Smooth Austin.
And we are the 4th Street Sportsmen, and this is the 4th Street Sports Show. Ladies and gentlemen in Radio Land, WUSM and Southern Miss, welcome back to the 4th Street Sports Show. I am your host, Kobe.
I'm Charles, not Charlie.
Charlie, not Charles.
You probably shouldn't mix us up. It's not a good idea.
And Smooth Austin.
And we are the 4th Street Sportsmen. Welcome back, y'all. We have a jam-packed show for y'all today, especially in our Eagle Eye, where we had a bunch of Southern Miss athletics games that took place this past week. And now, let's throw it over to Charlie. Charlie started off.
I'm going to pitch it to Austin because Austin was on the top of the hour. We got some breaking news.
Oh, yeah. And I'm going to hit it for a home run because it's baseball season coming up.
And softball. Softball just finished their first series, so we'll talk about that.
That is true. But as you guys know, the big news of the day is what's going on between Conference USA and Southern Miss. Mm-hmm. It's a potential legal battle going on here, guys. I don't know what's going to happen in these coming days or coming weeks, but Conference USA issued a statement today saying that they would basically, give these three universities, Marshall, Southern Miss, and Old Dominion, but basically saying that they would stay in Conference USA, guys, for the 2022-23 athletic year. If you guys didn't know, on Friday, Southern Miss issued a statement saying that they were going to the Sun Belt as early as June 30th of 2022. Mm-hmm. But Conference USA came back with a statement today saying that that's not true, and those three schools, Marshall, Old Dominion, and Southern Miss, which are us, have to abide by those rules today. And it says they came and said in the bylaws that those universities have to oblige by those. And so Conference USA actually dropped their football schedule this evening. Well, this afternoon.
It's kind of like a jab, like
yes.
It's putting it right in their face. We're gonna talk about it in our debate, but it is definitely an interesting development. This is crazy.
Some big breaking news today.
And multiple schools have stood by this. Marshall also said that they basically came in a statement saying that they stuck by the news release that they released on Friday, and Southern Miss said the same thing, that they were not going to be a part of Conference USA, but Conference USA is saying, hey, you got to abide by our rules, and you were still a part of this conference, at least for one more year. And these three schools are saying, no, that's not the case. But moving on into softball, and we'll touch into that more. That's definitely a huge topic coming along. But moving on to softball, after a 2-0 start on the season, Southern Miss softball lost its last 3 games in the Black and Gold Invitational. This team is pretty young, guys. Of 19 players, 9 are freshmen, which is very surprising. For head coach Brian Levin, he talked about this a lot, just talking about the young players and how this kind of attributed to their three-game losing streak in their Black and Gold Invitational. Now, before this, Southern Miss was 10-2 in 3 years of hosting the Black and Gold Invitational, and they went 2-3 in their 4th annual Black and Gold Invitational, now making them 12-5. So that's kind of interesting to see. But it's a young team. They started out with freshman pitcher Jana Lee. And things of that matter. And actually 2 freshmen, Alexis Dittmer and Scout Jennings, homer on their first at-bats.
Wow.
Which was very interesting to see. Alexis Dittmer hit 2 home runs in their win against North Alabama in their first game of the season. They started out 2-0. They defeated North Alabama and St. Louis on Friday. They came back and would lose to Sanford and then North Alabama, and then they lost on Saturday to Sanford again. 6-0. So they got shut out in 2 of their last 3 games. One against North Alabama and the other against Sanford. So their next games coming up are against Southern tomorrow.
Yes,
and
it's a crazy schedule to start the season.
It is. And after that, they are on to the Golden Eagle Invitational.
Yeah.
So that's actually this weekend. So it's a lot of softball being played. So if you have nothing going on, make sure to get down to the softball complex down there on 4th Street.
Man, I want to say I wasn't there, but I'm looking at the stats, and I see Hannah Borden, who's now a junior.
Yes.
I look at her and see her as a potential kind of breakout player this year. I mean, she didn't lead the team in RBIs or anything, but she did lead the team in hits, and she was consistent. She had a .429 batting average, top of the Invitational. And I knew they had some struggles going on later at bats, but I look to her to maybe be a consistent player for them, especially since they only have 3 seniors, or I think it's 1 senior and 2 graduate students.
Yeah, Tata and, Alexis Tata Davis. Let's go.
Yeah.
Not Alexis.
Alyssa
Tata Davis. Excuse me for that. I got confused with the freshman, but Alyssa Tata Davis and Destiny Brown, who actually, my bad, I forgot to say that. She actually broke the university's, the program's stolen base record with 82, breaking Crystal Stevens' 21-year-old record of 81. So that was huge. And actually, she actually got photo of the week on the NCAA softball Twitter page.
It was an emotional moment for her.
It was definitely. I was actually there recording that. It was nice to see, like, after the steal, she wrote her name in the sand, in the dirt.
Oh, really?
And it was like a good picture. And shout out to my freshman that works with us, Ty John, for getting that. He
got that picture. Yeah, that's what I told him. I was like, it wasn't the photo of the week. It wasn't yours, but hey, it was still the same moment. You captured it, and that was just an awesome moment to see.
It was. So, softball moves on to play Southern University in Baton Rouge, and
then
hopefully they can get back on track.
Back home this Friday, February 18th, starting against Jacksonville State for their Golden Eagle Invitational. But now I'm going to move on to women's basketball, because women's basketball was on a peak of this season, and we knew it was going to be a pivotal matchup to close this home stretch against UAB last Thursday, and unfortunately they did not come to play their best basketball. They were just, I'll say, they just did not have a good offensive performance. They lost 68-61, and they shot a season-low 35.5% from the field, and also out-rebounded Southern Miss by 14 rebounds. Forward Kelsey Jones, though, led the scoring with 14 points and 4 rebounds. And Southern Miss leading scorer, Dominique Davis, she's averaging 15.5 points per game on the season, did not have a great game. She only had 5 points, and those came to the very end of the game. She's 2 of 11.
She had her first basket at 1 minute and 14 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
And that's just saying something. When you're playing the top team in your division and you don't have the leading scorer, you're not going to win those games.
Yes.
And an interesting fact, now I'm just looking at it, I just realized that the unbeaten record when Southern Miss held opponents to under 70 points, I think they were around 20-0 over the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. This is the first time they lost one of those games, holding them to 68, right under that limit. But again, not having your top scorer being able to make baskets was a huge factor.
And maybe that's what UAB kind of planned for, though, considering that Dom has been a force on that team. I guess that maybe double teaming her and kind of containing her and making other people score. I think that probably was their big game plan.
Exactly. And it did look like they limited a lot of the shots too. But anyways, Southern Miss moved back into first seed again, though, as UAB lost to Old Dominion 81-75. So this is going to be really, really fun to watch, as Southern Miss now has 6 games left on their schedule.
And UAB is on March the 3rd in Birmingham, which is an interesting game again. Hopefully Dom can get it going, and all the other girls can get it going, because, I mean, this is a good one. Just looking at it, UAB out-rebounded Southern Miss by 14 in this game, which was huge. So that's another thing. And just looking at some of the stats from that game, too, Margaret Whitley, she had a phenomenal game, but she got to the free throw line a lot. So that was a difference maker for UAB. They got to the free throw line 33 times opposed to Southern Miss's 21 times, where Margaret Whitley would get to the free throw line 13 times and make 15 of those. So she had 21 of her points. 21 of her points were free throw. 13 of her 21 points were free throws. So
That's crucial.
that is crucial. So that's something to take into account there. That Southern Miss got dominated a little bit on the boards, and it translated into the free throw line too.
Again, Lady Eagles hanging on to that number 1 spot for now. They have a little rest. They were practicing today, actually, Rhea Green. But they are traveling to UTSA on Thursday in a road matchup against the Roadrunners in San Antonio,
Beep,
Texas.
beep. Is it meet meep or beep beep?
I think it's meet.
Okay.
What about men's basketball, Kobe?
Yes, moving on to men's basketball. Southern Miss took on the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky in the Reed Greenhouse, losing in a valiant match 87-77. The Golden Eagles were in this game until the very end, only down 3 with 6 minutes remaining. But due to turnovers and missed shots down the stretch, the Hilltoppers pulled away, icing the game on free throws to close out. This loss makes it 7 straight at 6-8, 1-10 in the conference.
6-18.
18, my bad. 6-18. 1-10 in the conference. Junior power forward Isaiah Moore led the Eagles in scoring with 25 points on 9 of 16 shooting and 12 rebounds. One of his best games since he came back from suspension.
It has been.
Yep. And guard Waylon Napper dished out a career-high 11 assists, tying the most by a Golden Eagles since Gabe Watson in February of 2020. Up next, the Golden Eagles host its next three matches at the Greenhouse, taking on UTSA on Thursday at 7 p.m., UTEP at 12 p.m. on Saturday, and on Monday against Marshall at 7 p.m. So definitely come out for that one too.
Just speaking on that, we kind of saw the ladies last week had a 4-game stand, 4-game homestand. So the Miss now gets their chance at it. They're not doing so well as the ladies, as you stated, Kobe.
Yeah.
But you kind of just see the transfer of a home game stretch for the men now.
Yeah.
And hopefully maybe they turn it around. I thought they played a pretty good game against Western Kentucky up until the end right there. This has been a story. You play great games and you just not been able to close out. Yeah,
because I was at the North Texas. Me and Austin were at the North Texas game, and it was a very good close game. And up to the end, they just couldn't finish. They couldn't finish it out. But
That's
been the story.
The story, yeah.
Yeah, this has been the story. It's not like they're not competing. It's just like, man, and then in some instances, it's the first half to play great. Then the second half is, Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully, Jay Ladner and them can get it figured out, but I don't know how much time he has. I don't know.
That seat is getting very warm.
It is.
Very warm.
Just
so
simple as that.
Let's pass it to Charles for some winning sports news.
Yes, our track and field team has done very well since competing in the Vanderbilt Invitational. This past weekend, Southern Miss Track and Field traveled to the Music City Challenge in Nashville, Tennessee, as hosted by, like I said, Vanderbilt. 2 Golden Eagles broke school records, one in Fred Mondani breaking his own record in the shot put with a 63.5-foot finishing 4th in the event. And freshman Smilla Colby finished first, setting a new program record of 2 minutes, 7 seconds, 71 milliseconds in the 800-meter finishing. 3 other athletes reached the podium for Southern Miss in Corvell Todd, finishing second in the men's high jump, jumping 6 feet, 11.5 inches. DJ Butler finished third, running 47.44 seconds in the men's 400 meters. In women's high jump, Janique Berger finished second with a 5 foot 7 3/4 inches. In 2 days, 12 student athletes broke their personal records. Southern Miss now prepares for the CUSA Indoor Championships in Birmingham, or as they would say in England, Birmingham, Alabama, this Saturday and Sunday.
That's crazy. Short season, like we talked to Coach Stu a couple of weeks ago. They're already in the championship.
I think it's only been like 4 or 5 indoor championships. I said indoor championships. My bad. Indoor meets.
Yeah.
But going back to last year, the ladies track team, women's track and field, they're competing to defend their Conference USA Indoor Championship.
Yeah, and we've seen, I mean, I would say this is so promising because you see a bunch of new faces getting
Yes.
up on the podium right before an event like this. So.
Yes.
Right. So moving on to men's and women's tennis. Women's tennis and men's tennis remain undefeated on the season. The women's team defeated Sam Houston this Sunday by a score of 4-2, and the men's team cruised to a 4-0 win against UT Chattanooga. So keep up the good work for both the tennis teams. Again, undefeated on the season, and they've been killing it out there.
And we just got some breaking news from the men's and women's golf. They finished their tournaments pretty late, but men's golf played in the Mobile Bay Intercollegiate. Last night, play was stopped due to darkness. I thought that was the funniest
Yeah, that
thing.
was.
It was like, due to darkness. It kind of sounded like soccer.
Yep.
Yeah, it did.
Get them lights, dude.
But
Yes.
Anyway, they finished the event today, finished 8th. Head coach Eddie Brescher said this week just wasn't our A game, but still 8th place finish. On the women's side, they played in the English Turn Golf and Country Club event in New Orleans.
Is it British Day or something? Or
I
French
feel like
Day?
I gotta be
British?
formal for golf, but they finished 9th with some good individual performances. A couple within top 30, and Freen Champitagdacha again led the Golden Eagles with a 24th place finish.
Yeah.
So that was our jam-packed Eagle Eye recap. We have pretty much every
Man,
spring sports playing this week.
Wow,
Yeah.
it is. And let's not forget, guys.
Baseball's coming up.
No, baseball is coming up,
Yes.
but football is here too.
Oh,
Oh,
Jeez.
spring practice.
starts
Are you
February
going to be
the
Are
19th
you
this
going to
Saturday.
be attending any of those practices, dude?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be at the first one.
Let's
Mhm.
go.
Let's go.
I'm gonna be
You
there.
got a man
Austin's
on the
walking on.
inside.
Austin's
Oh,
walking
Yeah,
on.
well,
Wow.
Austin's about to.
I'm not ready for
Austin's
that.
about to take the reins at quarterback.
Man,
Why not?
I wish, man. I had my shot last year, maybe, but not this year.
Oh.
Hey, no shots, but
Nice.
I'm just saying.
Yep.
Yeah, but the spring football first practice is February the 19th, and the spring game is April the 2nd, guys. So football is back.
Yep.
Football is back, and
when it just left.
Yeah.
a couple
Just
days ago.
Literally. So, yeah. That has been our Eagle Eye, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, we will have our debate segment in which we'll be talking about the breaking news that has just happened with CUSA and Southern Miss. Also, we will have some of our Super Bowl thoughts, of course. And then baseball season is starting up this Friday. So when we come back, we will get into our debate segment. This is 4th Street Sports, and this is Southern Miss Radio. And welcome back to the 4th Street Sports Show. That was All Right by Super Bowl halftime performer Kendrick Lamar.
Everybody that we've been playing so far has
If you
played.
didn't notice,
You didn't know.
Yeah.
hint, hint.
if you didn't know, now
Which-
you know.
Oh, you didn't know?
I feel like we
Yeah.
should start off with that. What were your thoughts about the halftime show? Everybody's been hyping it
I
up.
really loved it. But the only thing I wish Ice Cube could have came out.
I agree.
Me too.
I wish Ice Cube could have came out, bro. You're doing an LA show in LA with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. You gotta bring out Ice Cube at some point. They at least perform It Was a Good Day or something.
I was
that
happy
would've
to
been
see.
that would have been a nice
That would have
one.
been fire.
Yeah.
That would have been fire.
Me personally though, I don't know. I didn't like it till Kendrick came out. I mean, now looking back on it, I thought Mary J had a good performance, but when it first started off, I didn't know how to feel about it. Like Snoop
Yeah.
started it off, and then Dre, they were doing their thing. I didn't know how to feel about it, but when Kendrick came on, from Kendrick to Eminem and how it ended, I thought it was fire. But up until that point, I don't know. Like 50 Cent, I know he was recreating his video of in the club or whatever. But I was like, man, I don't know.
Yeah,
I was like, I could,
Yeah.
I couldn't dig it at first. I don't know.
Not to cut your wisdom, but I saw
Yeah.
a video of a behind the scenes with 50 Cent. He literally did a full pull up and hung from the thing like before he
Yeah,
before
I
he
saw
rapped.
that, yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Imagine if he had fallen though.
He's caught so much flack. I mean, the memes have been funny, but
That's it.
I don't
the
know why.
Spider-Man memes.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
that
got
said-
some Mary J. Blige
Yeah.
memes out there.
Really,
too.
really.
Yeah, remember when she like fell out after she finished performing?
Yeah.
You gotta watch it. You gotta
No,
watch it.
I thought it was good because it was different, and I think that the Super Bowl needed it.
Yeah.
I think it was good that they finally, like, I guess, honored hip hop, especially it being in Los Angeles. I didn't think it was the best performance ever. I don't think it's getting overhyped, but it was fun. It was fun.
I saw Skip Bayless saying that it was one of the best.
Oh
ones
man,
he
if
ever
Skip
seen.
Bayless is saying it's the best, which when you know it's good.
Yeah.
It's just funny because before it happened, I was like, we're about to see how out of tune the American public is to music because they're like, oh, rap, hip hop is degrading the country, and people are like, hey, this is the music I grew up with, mom.
Yeah.
Like this is 30 years old.
Honestly, before we get into Charles, they should have did this in Atlanta a couple years ago. Just saying. But Charles, what did you think
Who
of it?
did the performance in Atlanta? I forget.
Maroon 5.
Well, they
Yeah.
kind of
Okay,
honored it
okay.
with Big Boy, but Big Boy with the Travis Scott SpongeBob thing did not work.
Charles,
Yeah.
what did you think about it?
Okay, so I thought that it was a very good show. I imagine a lot of you thought I was going to be against it. I liked it. I thought that it was a very good show. Unlike Austin, I actually liked the beginning sequence. I thought it was cool.
Me too. I thought that was the best
Yeah,
part.
and now I will say that this is definitely one of the best halftime shows I've ever seen. And now that being said, I'm not a big fan of the segments of songs transitioning into other songs. I thought it worked really well with this one. I feel like with The Weeknd, it did not work at all. I think this year it did work because he had multiple people, so it kind of worked. That being said, I think that this shouldn't be a thing that happens every year. Like if the next event is in like Detroit, let's not have like a mega Detroit show. This needs to be like a once every few years type thing, because then this is gonna get stale and then no one's gonna like it anymore.
They'll just put MG Kelly on there.
Yeah,
That's a
next
bad.
one
First of
is
all,
in,
I don't think it's never gonna be hosted
yeah.
in Detroit.
I was just
It
giving
may
an
be.
example.
It may be.
Well, they have one in Detroit before at 4.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, honestly,
The
wait,
next one
yeah.
will be in Las Vegas. I think that became.
Las Vegas.
no,
I saw
don't
a tweet
think.
about that.
I think Las
something.
Vegas is 2023 replaced New Orleans.
Yeah.
Okay, well I
And
know
ours
New
will be
Orleans
in
is like
2025.
2025.
Oh wait, yeah, maybe. Let's see that. Let's see
I
that.
think
Yeah,
it's in
fact
Dallas
check
next-
that.
I
But
think it's in
yeah.
Dallas next year.
No, it's not in.
Oh, it's
Dallas.
not? Okay.
Everything's in Dallas. WrestleMania's in Dallas.
Yep.
The Super Bowl's in
In Dallas.
Dallas.
Oh, it's in
Why?
Arizona next year.
Wow.
Yeah, Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
but the next one will be in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's like Arizona hip hop scene.
If I know it. Quick thoughts on the game though.
Oh man, don't get me started, man. I thought it was a great game until the very end. I just thought this is why.
Yeah.
Charles and I were having a little disagreement about this, but Tony Dungy actually spoke on it. Hall of Fame head coach, right? He's a Hall of
Yes.
Fame.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He said, I'll quote him, he said, the officials were determined to ignore every violation when the ball was in play and only call false starts, delay of game, and taunting. They maintained that posture for 58 minutes and 39 seconds. Then they started officiating. That was bad. That last drive was terrible.
It was.
Because when they started, it was kind of reminiscent of the Chiefs game where the Chiefs drove the ball down against the Bengals. And I remember the commentator saying, this is the game-winning drive. This is it. And they had the ball, were driving it down, and you hadn't called fouls the whole game, whole drive, gets down to that holding penalty was one of the worst calls I've seen in the Super Bowl.
Honestly,
besides the face mask call earlier. In
Yeah,
that game.
that was a terrible. At first, I thought it was
Miscall.
holding, but then they went to the slow. I said T. Higgins grabbed a whole bunch of Jalen Ramsey's face masks.
I mean, I remember when my dad and I were watching it, we were thinking it was potentially offensive pass interference.
Yeah.
It was passing. That's what the call should have been.
Mhm,
But yeah, I agree though. Those penalty calls at the last, that last juncture right there on the Rams possession. What it would have been like 4th and 12 if that holding call was, or 4th and 8 or something,
something
right?
like that.
Yeah,
Well,
they would have had one more shot. I
Yeah,
believe
yeah,
they
yeah.
would have had one more shot, and that changed the game because then you
Yeah.
have a fresh set of downs, and then they also were able to run the ball and force Cincinnati to use the timeout, changed how Cincinnati was playing on that drive.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
did. It was. I didn't like how that was called. It were missed calls. Some people were saying it was a makeup call for the T.
I kind of that's what I'm saying. I can't
yeah.
complain too much because Bengals wouldn't have been in that situation because they feed off of explosive plays. They did the whole season, and that was their play.
Yeah, that's true. But I wish Joe Burrow would have won. I wish he would have
Oh,
won.
the video of him walking out in that suit after the game. I was like, man, I feel bad, but hey, Saints fans, Kobe and me are happy. because
Eli Apple
got exposed.
Yep, Cooper Kupp, who I predicted would be the Super Bowl MVP.
did.
I did predict him to be the Super Bowl MVP. He caught the game-winning touchdown, and
Eli Apple got burned.
yeah,
And Kobe
so-
was the only person on SM2 Sports app for our article to predict correctly for the Rams.
honestly, I didn't think this game would be this close. I thought it would be like a 10-point win for the Rams, but
I figured it would be more than that.
I said 3 points. I thought it was gonna be close.
Actually, I forgot who said it, but somebody picked the Rams, but the score was 23-21. I forgot who that was.
oh yeah, I think it was Jackson.
It
maybe.
probably was Jackson, but he picked the Rams. No, he picked the Bengals. 23-21.
Yeah.
But the Rams actually won 23-20. So hey, he was
Yeah.
close. I mean,
Yeah.
man, if he would have switched it around and deducted 1 point,
but
he probably would have been in some cash.
Like he
man.
would have been hired by SportsCenter yesterday.
But a lot of key things happened in this game. Of course, in the second quarter, you had Odell going down with a torn ACL.
Yeah, I thought it was over. Like when
a
that
a
happened.
retorn.
That's
ACL.
sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was one of them non-contact injuries where like nobody was in the area, and he just like took a wrong step, and his knee pretty much got torn. Pretty much.
When that happened, I'm not gonna lie. I was with Tyron. That's one of our photographers for the sports staff here, and I was just telling him, I was like, man, it's over, man. Odell went down. I mean, all you gotta do is double Cooper Kupp, man. The run game is non-existent.
They didn't have Tyler Higbee.
Yeah,
either.
you didn't have Tyler Higbee. You didn't have, Robert Woods. Like, man,
The only person on that side who was making some strides was Van Jefferson.
And they had no run game
Van
either.
Jefferson was getting stopped too, though.
Yeah, he
man.
was getting stopped.
It is incredible to see how the Rams pulled it off now that we're talking about it.
But the main thing I took away from this game is that one, Aaron Donald is a grown man.
Yeah.
bro. He is a grown man. And two, the Cincinnati Bengals have got to get Joe Burrow O-line next year.
Definitely.
So I get that they made it this far without it, but that second half could have been locked up if they had at least two people on the right tackle side, right guard side, or the left guard side to block his blind side or block Aaron Donald. Now I know Aaron Donald, he's a freak of nature, but you need an O-line to not get sacked 7 times.
I saw a stat where it was like Joe Burrow got sacked 22, I think.
Most
22
time in
times.
postseason.
Yeah, 22 times, and it was a comparison. It was like Tom Brady only got sacked like 17 times in the season or something like that. Or what was it, in 12 games or something. I saw that on StatMuse. Maybe I'm saying it incorrect, but it was a crazy stat, bro.
What I yelled, I got so mad at the very end because what bothered me is they took a shot on second down, which it was 2nd and 1, right? Yeah. They could have just played safe, gotten the first down, spiked the ball, or called a timeout, and then they ran 2 consecutive plays from the gun, right? You're getting pressured. You have hardly any time to throw. You're running from the gun, taking yourself a couple yards back when you only have to get 1 yard. Joe Mixon was playing great that whole game. Why don't you just put it under center, push forward?
Well, Charlie, when you're it's under 2 minutes, when your back is against the wall and the offense for the Rams just scored like that, your back is against the wall. You got to think quickly in that situation. Now, I never played football before, but I try to put myself in the mind of somebody under 2 minutes playing football. That is a tough thing to do. Try to get down the field in that much time to at least try to tie the game.
Exactly, with little timeouts.
I would get it, though, but they had a stopped clock. They had time to call that play, especially 2 consecutive ones. Okay, take your loss on the 3rd down. I don't think they should have called that play on 3rd down, but then calling a similar play on 4th down, come on, and running it straight to Aaron Donald. I'm getting mad talking about it. But
I ain't gonna lie, that 4th and 1, a lot. I just feel like they need an O-line. But I feel like for Cincinnati and the Rams, this was not a wasted season.
No.
Not many people expected them to get this far. Burrow came back off a torn ACL. They had a great rookie year from Jamar Chase, and I honestly think the sky is the limit for them. To be honest with you, now it's going to be tough to win that division again, because again the Steelers are going to be coming back. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens are going
Well,
to
now
come back.
who's going to be their
Steelers,
quarterback though?
Steelers, it depends.
I wouldn't be worried about the Steelers. I'm worried about Lamar Jackson. But
Yeah.
going back to
Well,
the
I
stat
don't know
said,
why not the Browns.
Do you?
do you fear Baker Mayfield?
Nah, because we seen.
Do you fear Baker
here's the
Mayfield? I'm
thing.
sorry, Charles.
Because here's the thing,
I
before
like Baker Mayfield.
Odell
Come
got
on, man.
injured, I've never seen so much slander for Baker Mayfield on Twitter. Oh my
Baker
goodness.
Mayfield.
The man can play.
And I want
Don't fool yourself.
I want to
bro.
say
Don't fool
something.
yourself,
I just found this. Bengals are third in the NFL with most cap space too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
insane.
That is true.
I see they got to make a splash.
Yeah.
Orlando Brown's going to be a free agent, I believe.
Jeez.
Go-
That could be a good addition for them.
Yeah.
Go build that O-line. That's all I
Yeah.
gotta say.
This is the stat.
yeah.
Speaking on the O-line that I was talking about from StatMuse, shout out to them. Tom Brady was sacked 22 times in 17 games this regular season. Joe Burrow was sacked 19 times in 4 games.
Dang.
In
Four
this play- in
games.
the playoffs.
Wow.
Yep,
In
like
4
he
games.
was
That's
sacked.
crazy.
I think he was sacked 9 times against the Titans, and they were still.
Yeah.
I don't know how they pulled that game out, but yeah, they need to go build that O line. The Rams, they got a tough one too. They got a bunch of free agents coming.
They
up
went
this year.
they went all in. Now
Yeah.
it's going to be a crash, I believe.
gonna
Yeah,
be
that
tough.
team is going to blow up.
Yeah.
pretty
It's
soon,
gonna be
I'm not
tough
gonna lie.
because here's the thing. I've heard rumors of Aaron Donald. He might be retiring.
Yeah.
Then again, you got Odell. He says he'll take a discount, but after the couple games that he did have, where he had some really great performances, especially in the postseason, I would give him some money. Von Miller, who you traded your future for, I would sign him back too if Aaron Donald is retiring, because you need somebody to anchor that defense like Aaron Donald has been doing for the past 8-9 years. I think 10 years. I forgot. I don't know how long he's been in the league, but
He came in 2014.
2014. So
About 8 or 9
about 8 years. About 8 years. So but again, Cincinnati, y'all need to build that O line. Saints, if y'all don't sign Terran Armstead, Cincinnati need to go get him and pay him some good money to block for Joe Burrow. But that's been our Super Bowl thoughts and recap, though. But let's move on to some breaking news again. What we got today,
Yes.
Austin. Remind the people who are just tuning in for the first time what happened today.
Conference USA issued a statement, and I'm going to put it up on my Twitter so
Yeah.
you could exactly read the full statement.
I've got it right here.
Okay, you got it. Charlie got it.
Yeah.
Also, I kind of got ratioed on Twitter today because I said Conference USA issued a strong statement. And Southern Miss fans were like, strong? What?
I mean, they're just
Yeah.
ready because it's just a petty issue now. It's kind of nasty to watch. I don't like seeing it unfold because it's just kind of, I don't know. It's just unprofessional
On both.
on both parties, I believe.
Yeah, it's well, Southern Miss basically said they wanted out in like December from
Yeah.
reports, but Conference USA were not having those talks, and we're like Southern Miss has to abide by those bylaws. Them Marshall and Old Dominion. Charlie, do you want me to read it? I have it pulled up right here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Southern Miss, not Southern Miss. Conference USA issued a statement through its board of directors saying that Conference USA intends to conduct the 2022 and 2023 athletic year with the full 14 institution membership intact. The Conference USA Board of Directors will exhaust all necessary legal actions to ensure all members meet their contractual obligations as defined by and agreed to in the CUSA bylaws.
And then Southern Miss in their statement had, quote unquote, said CUSA has been unwilling to discuss the concept of separation this year, which created, quote unquote, confusion and doubt for all concerned. So we see some shots being fired over little online statements between the two. And, there's probably been internal discussions. There definitely have been. Maybe not. Maybe they cut the plugs. But it's just weird to watch. I've never seen anything like this unfold between league
Yes.
and then its members. It's very weird to watch.
It's kind of weird, too, because Conference USA issued their football schedule for the 2022-2023 season. But also the Sun Belt has been planning around Southern Miss, Old Dominion, and Marshall being in their conference. So
It's Wild West right now.
yeah,
Wait, not to cut your wisdom, but quick question: Did they buy out of the Conference USA, or what is the deal with it? Because I've been paying attention to it, but did they buy out of it though?
I don't know yet.
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. That's not been reported from what I'm heard, from what I've read.
But the Southern Miss has come up with that target date, June 30th, 2022.
Yeah, that they're out.
Yeah,
That's a
they're-
couple
so
of months too.
That would be. I don't know about when they would have to pay that. Again, we're gonna try to keep reporting on it, but it seems like there's a little silence going on.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it's gonna be a legal fight.
Yep.
It's turning.
Yes.
We're gonna have Southern Miss
ding, ding.
versus CUSA. Ding ding ding.
Marshall, Southern Miss, Marshall,
Yeah.
and Old Dominion.
They
Because
can
Marshall
tag team.
basically,
Yeah, that-
Marshall basically said the same thing too.
But I mean, in just looking at the situation, I'm not going to defend CUSA, but CUSA is just trying to grasp onto whatever life they have left, because really, how do they make it work
I mean, you
next
added
year without those three teams?
They got Sam Houston.
also like the teams that they added. I think they added UMass and New
Yeah.
Mexico. Like you're just making a bigger geographical gap, and that's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say
think they're just
that
grasping onto whatever they have
that
left.
that UMass to New Mexico trip is gonna be
Yeah.
expensive.
Y'all better,
Ooh.
y'all got to put them in different divisions. But also,
this is just
Yeah.
crazy. Just the geographical gap. That's
also
I
too,
mean, hey.
you can't forget the Conference USA tournament is going to be here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
we-
baseball.
We were just talking about that today. That's it's gonna be the last go around, which is gonna be interesting. And I mean, as if there's not already enough, there
what-
seems to be some hostility between La Tech and Southern Miss now,
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
La Tech was saying some stuff.
Yeah, it was on Twitter or something
Yeah,
like that.
just so I mean, it came down to La Tech and Southern Miss in baseball last
Yep.
year. That could be interesting,
Yeah.
especially if Hattiesburg ends up hosting.
I think
Well, they're hosting already, but
I think it will stay like that only because it's just a short turnaround, and they've been planning this for months and months on end. So it's kind of hard to change, Southern Miss going from not hosting to not hosting it. Then you have to relocate to another location, and who's to say that other location is as equipped as Southern Miss was, for them being picked this year. So it's kind of hard to say, but I think they'll still host it. I don't see it changing. I don't know.
an interesting thing I learned today, we were touring some facilities in my class today, and Jeremy said, not McLean, I'm blanking the last name,
Okay.
but he's assistant coach there, assistant administrative, does things for basketball team. He was saying
I can't pronounce his
But
name, but
he said during the summer every year they take off, they can kind of refinish the wood there, and I was asking about that, and so he was actually saying that they're gonna this summer replace it with Sunbelt, so it kind of aligns with the
Yeah.
June date. So they're gonna. It's just funny because if you look at the basketball courts and everything else, it's slapped with CUSA on it. So they're ready. They're ready to move on. That's all we can say
That's
about
definitely,
that.
and the fans are definitely ready. They got on my tail a little bit. I
Yeah.
haven't even responded back yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it's real interesting to see. Also, this Brett McMurphy tweeted this out from a Marshall statement earlier today. Marshall basically said Marshall Athletics is aware that Conference USA released its 2022 football schedule this afternoon. However, we stand by our statement from Friday. Thunder and Herd has said it was leaving the league on June 30th, and we basically heard the same thing from Southern Miss too. Basically saying this is from Scott Watkins of the Sun Herald. He said he reached out to Southern Miss, and basically they said we would refer back to our original statement that we released on Friday. Southern Miss is sticking to his game, so
Yep.
this could be a nasty situation.
It could
here.
be, but
Yeah.
But
this is very interesting. I'll say that for the least. But honestly, guys, I'm just asking the question: is Southern Miss done, or is it with Conference USA?
That
I mean, with everything.
I mean,
in
we
the
still got
bylaws,
baseball season to play, and it's just weird that this is all falling in the middle of it.
Yep.
So,
Personally, I hope that they both can amicably come to an agreement.
yeah.
And if that help, and if Southern Miss stays a year, then maybe that's the best thing. But then again, if Southern Miss doesn't want to be here and they want to leave early, they shouldn't hold it back. All I hope is, I hope Louisiana Tech versus Southern Miss doesn't turn into a Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels moment. If you get that reference, you get a cookie. So
I like cookies. Cookies are delicious.
Yes.
favorite cookie, Charles.
Let's go. You can't go wrong with a classic chocolate chip. Can't go
True,
wrong.
true.
Can't go wrong. With
You
that.
can't go wrong.
Oh,
with it,
actually,
man.
no. I changed my answer. Snickerdoodles.
Oh no, never mind. All right. We'll have to keep
I was
an
gonna say
eye on.
oatmeal raisin.
We'll have to keep an eye on that news, but I know fans are ready to get out of it, but it's just an interesting
Very.
situation.
Yeah, I just want to state this also. Conference USA bylaws, and I'll leave it at this, but it states that institutions are required to give 14 months of advance notice and pay 2 years of conference distribution to depart, according to this is off the internet. Extra Points, Matt Brown. Conference schools receive about $200,000 a year in 2016 and 2017 after realignment. This is according to Pilot Online. There was just some things I've just found out. I've been knew about the 14 months in advance thing, but just the 2 years of distribution has to be. You have to have 2 years of distribution
It's
to
14,
depart.
14 months. That wasn't December. I love it. I love that. Like we told them in December. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like, man.
that's not 14 months.
Yeah,
Math
it's
not
not.
adding up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that has been our debate segment.
Oh wait, actually, I wanted to give one shout out. Shout out to Michael Thomas. While he did
definitely.
not play in the Super Bowl, we did see him for a couple of seconds at the end of the game, devastated on the bench.
Yeah.
Kind of. My mom and I were looking for him. We were like, "Oh, we're gonna see him on the field."
They
and
did
then,
show him during the national anthem too.
Okay,
actually,
so
yeah.
he was shown then, but then he was shown at the very end on the bench with his head down, and I was like, "Oh."
Also,
And-
quick.
yeah.
Say what you about to say.
I was gonna say shout out to the other Michael Thomas of the New Orleans Saints for saying that Eli is going to Eli on Twitter. That was funny, man.
Yo,
He is coming
no,
back this
actually,
year.
both Michael Thomases are on the Bengals.
Who-
Wait, what?
There is another.
There's
Yeah.
another Michael Thomas?
on the
Both
Bengals.
both Michael Thomasai are on
Oh,
the
man.
Bengals.
I'm talking about
No,
the
no,
Saints
no,
Michael
no,
Thomas though.
And with that note,
Michael Thomas side.
I was like,
The plural of Michael
And
Thomas.
man, we just learned a new word today
Yeah.
on 4th Street.
yeah, and on that
Shout
No,
note,
out.
well, I got one more funny story I want to tell.
All right.
So my mom was trying to show support for our Michael Thomas
Right.
and went to. I was trying to help her find his Instagram, but I accidentally referred him to his teammate Michael Thomas. And she commented "Southern Miss to the top" on in the comments section, and he liked it. The other Michael,
Really?
yeah, and then
Oh, wow.
so I guess he realized he was like, "Oh, poor lady, she's just trying to support my teammate, but I'm gonna give her a like anyway."
yeah. So, and on that
So
note,
congratulations, Mom, you got Michael Thomas to like your post.
Michael Thomas,
Yes.
I.
Comment.
and once again, on that note, we will head into a quick sponsored message, and then we will get into our flowers.
Flowers.
4th Street Sports, Southern Miss Radio.
Yeah.
It's that time of the show. We're now giving flowers.
And thanks, Logan. It is that time to give our flowers. And in this segment, we give our congratulations, praise, and flowers to every Southern Miss athlete, whether they're current or former, who has received honors during the week. First, Charles, tell us about what you told us this weekend, though.
Yes,
Flowers.
yes, I would love to. I wanna scroll to the text that I sent so I don't mess up their name. But one of our track athletes had 2 top 10 finishes at the Music City
Challenge.
Challenge. So
Trinity Benson. Right?
Trinity Benson,
Yeah.
yes. So shout out to her. I was wanting to get her on the Player of the Week poll, but I submitted it a little bit too late, unfortunately.
Also, quick shout out to her brother, James Benson II. That was my
The second, there's two of them.
yeah. He
Talking about the second
he currently runs
Benson I.
he currently runs track and field for Arkansas right now. But that was my teammate, my baseball teammate at Selman High in Slidell, Louisiana. So shout out to James Benson II, aka Irk. So shout out to him.
Did Trin also go there?
Huh?
Did Trin also go there?
Oh yeah, she went to Selman too. Yeah, she went to Selman,
Nice.
too. Yeah. So shout out to both of them. Also, flowers to softball senior Destiny Brown for breaking the record for the most stolen bases in a career with 82 steals. Shout out to her. If you've I know a lot of people say baseball is boring and all. Baseball and softball is boring, but bro, stolen bases are one of the most exciting parts of the game because when you think a person's not gonna steal, they steal, and plus you got to be real strategic and mythical with it. So shout out to Destiny Brown for breaking the career steals with 82. So shout out.
Unpopular opinion right here.
Uh-oh.
Softball is more exciting than baseball.
Only
because it's 7 innings. Only because it's 7.
Honestly, I would vouch for that too.
Only because it's 7 innings, man.
And it's a smaller field too.
Yeah.
So.
Like I said, you have to actually be at a baseball game to like.
I've been at the baseball games. They're so long, bro. It's just too long.
I was gonna say, like, I played some.
In that heat that they're putting on the pitches, the
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah.
I was gonna
It's
say,
I actually kind of like watching the
yeah,
softball.
yeah, the softball. I think that softball is the better sport as well. But that's all. That's all. We got a former baseball player right here.
I love softball, but it's a special place in my heart for baseball. I don't care.
I mean, I was gonna say,
Same
I love
gist,
women.
same idea.
I played baseball for years as a kid, and then this past year I played with our man Sky over there,
Sky.
intramural softball. And having experienced both sports, I think that softball is more fun.
Flowers to the other senior on the softball team, one of the other seniors, Tata Davis, for winning our 4th Street Player of the Week award. She had 5 hits, 3 runs, and a team high of 8 RBIs in the Black and Golden Invitational.
Correction, graduate.
Oh, graduate, senior, COVID senior, whatever.
Is it 5th or 6th?
You gotta give her credit.
Yes, but we're giving you your flowers, Tata. Thank you.
She's not like Gabe.
Yeah.
Shout out to him though too. Man.
All right. Also, flowers to Fred Mudani for again breaking the school record in shot put, and Charlie or Charles or Austin, help me with this name.
Smilikobi for setting a program record in the 800, as well as taking
Why don't you pronounce
that
it
first
that way?
place.
500.
800.
800.
800.
800.
LJD Winford. Y'all know that?
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
that.
I
Hey,
forgot how
we're
it
doing
goes.
free advertising. Stop that.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're right, man.
Yes.
I stopped, man. I forgot the rest of the lyrics. I just
Yeah.
threw that part.
Well, it's good. It's good that you forgot the rest of the lyrics.
So shout out to all our Southern Miss athletes, whether current or former, for your honors during the week, and we hope that you get more so we can give you more flowers. So
I do want to give one last flowers to Michael Thomas
Yeah.
for competing in the Super Bowl.
And completing a
It's-
catch.
And complete. What?
Did he get a catch?
Yeah, he had a catch.
What?
1 yard, 1 catch, 17 yards.
How did
Yes.
I miss that?
I missed
missed
that.
that.
Towards the end, yes.
Okay.
I missed that.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go, Mikey.
shout out
you
to-
go.
But shout out to Mike Thomas.
He
on
only
that,
had
too.
5 catches the whole season too, so that's big.
Yeah. Most people
There
can't
you
say
go.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Most
mean, I was
people
gonna
can't
say
say that.
most people can't say they
Oh,
competed in the Super Bowl.
I didn't mean
period.
to say that, but I mean he showed up for the
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So shout out to them. But now I hope that y'all enjoyed listening to us, and that's been our show today. If you missed the show today, the show will be up on all podcast platforms. Again, tune in to 88.5 WSM TuneIn Radio app, Facebook Live. Speaking of Facebook Live, follow us on all social media platforms, whether that be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anything else.
I got past 110 on Twitter, boys. Let's keep it going.
Yep. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, as our episode will be put up on there, and of course we will be here next Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Like, once again, my name has been Kobe.
My name has been Charles.
Charlie.
And Smooth Oss.
Wait, hang on a second. Before we go, I want to shout out my capstone project is getting started this weekend. You can tune in on WSM. We're going to be doing some sports feature interviews with some athlete, involvement around.
You gotta get better promotion.
I know.
Yes.
Shush it.
Redo. Go ahead, Charles.
Okay. So we're doing highlights for athletic related things going on around the hub city that may not be getting all the attention that it deserves. This first episode is dedicated to PCS's soccer program, their boys soccer program. Their season just wrapped up. They just competed in a playoff game with MRA, and so we're going to be talking with some of their players and coaches. Me and my co-host Garrett Grove, shout out to him. So again, that is Sunday, and that's going to be at 5. So you don't want to miss it. And we're going to be featuring a bunch of other interesting athletic-related things as well. So you don't want to miss that. Again, that's going to be Sunday at 5 p.m. right here on WUSM.
Yeah,
So
thank you for that, Charles.
Let's get it.
But
There you go.
but once again, we have been the 4th Street Sportsman.
wait, does Austin want to do an eagle screech?
I mean, Mike Thomas and them lost the Super Bowl. I mean, it doesn't feel
Yeah,
right.
no Eagle Screech.
I'll do it when Southern Miss officially gets away from Conference USA.
Hashtag free USM.
Yeah. So once again, we have
Real
been.
till it's backwards.
So yeah. So once again, we have been the 4th Street Sportsman. See y'all next Tuesday on WSM 88.5 and all the rest of the platforms I said earlier. Peace and love. See y'all.
Hasta luego.
Bye-bye.
3, 2.
Thanks for listening to the 4th Street Sports Show. Tune in next week.